Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
You know, just when you think you've heard it all, something like this comes along the way. Why is the West still so interested in making discoveries in Africa? A team of Italian and Scottish researchers are claiming that they've discovered an underground city beneath pyramids of Giza, 10 times larger than the pyramids themselves. But hold on. Not everyone's buying it. Egypt's own experts are calling this science fiction. So what's really going on here? Let's talk about it. My name is Ify Igwe. It is the African Diaspora News Channel. So what exactly are these researchers saying? According to their study, which hasn't been peer-reviewed, they used pulse radar technology, basically the same kind of system used to map the ocean floor, to scan deep beneath the pyramid of Khafre. And what they found, allegedly an entire underground network over 6,500 feet wide. We're talking tunnels, pathways, and even vertical cylindrical structures stretching 2,100 feet underground. And that is wild. Now, if this is true, this could literally rewrite history as we know it. I mean, we already know that the ancient Egyptians were some of the most advanced engineers in history. But a whole hidden city? That's definitely next level. But here's where things get a bit complicated. Egypt's own experts are calling this complete nonsense. The former Egyptian Minister of Antiquities, Mamdou al-Demati, he shut this down completely, saying there is no evidence of any massive underground structures like this. And then there's Hussein Abdel Basir, who's a top Egyptologist, said that the whole study lacks basic scientific standards. He even pointed out that one of the main researchers, Corrado Malanga, has a history of talking about UFOs and aliens, which, let's be honest, doesn't really help his credibility. And then there's Lawrence Conyers, an expert in ground-penetrating radar, who basically said, yeah, the technology they're using doesn't even work that deep. So how did they make such a discovery?
But we have to say that they reconstructed from the data that they collected from the photographs that they had from the satellite from space. So the reconstruction with the 3D model with AI and all the newest technology that we have, it doesn't mean that this is exactly what they saw. It means that the AI, the intelligence, reconstructed, okay, what they think they saw, okay, beneath the soil.
So if the experts are saying this isn't real, why are these researchers pushing this narrative so hard? And more importantly, why are they so eager to make these groundbreaking discoveries in Africa? Is this another case of the West trying to discover African history? Again, listen, we've seen this play out before. Western researchers swoop in, make big claims about African civilization, and then suddenly they're the experts. And we just have to follow suit. They're the ones rewriting our history. Now, this reminds me of Ibrahim Traore's stance on Africa's resources, how Africa must always serve its own interests first before foreign interests. And I remember back in October 2024, President Traore announced plans to revoke certain mining permits held by foreign companies in order to build Burkina Faso's own capacity to manage its own gold extractions. I recall him saying something along the lines of, we know how to mine our gold, and I don't understand why we're going to let multinationals come and mine it, in his words. And honestly, I think that mindset applies here too. It's not that foreign researchers shouldn't study Africa's history, but why do these groundbreaking discoveries always seem to come from the West? Africa has its own brilliant archaeologists, historians, researchers who have spent decades studying these sites, yet their voices are often pushed aside when a flashy new study like this pops up in the Western media. So here's my take. If there's something groundbreaking about the pyramids, why isn't Egypt leading this research? Why are these claims coming from Italy and Scotland instead of the experts who've been studying the pyramids for generations? Because let's be real, if there was an underground city under the pyramids, do you really think Egypt wouldn't have found it by now? Think about it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think there is any truth to this underground city claim, or is this just another case of the West trying to rediscover Africa's history? Let's talk about it in the comments. Some might say, well, sometimes people take for granted what they have. So maybe the Egyptians are not so curious to look for other discoveries within their country, and other people, foreigners, are interested. But what are your thoughts? My name is Ify Igwe, reporting from Nigeria. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.